Hello everyone, I'm Tyler Morris and welcome to the very first episode of The Sunday Daze, my brand new and notoriously unknown talk show because, let's be honest with ourselves, I don't have the money for a marketing budget, just a handful of hashtags and a phone call to everybody listed in the phone book. Maybe that will change after this first episode and over the coming weeks, but most of you are watching this on your phone while sitting on the toilet in a Chipotle bathroom, so I know the rest of your day is really up in the air right now. If you do decide to stick around and waste your data plan, I'll be talking about all sorts of compelling and thoughtful topics ranging anywhere from current events to entertainment to whether or not gluten is an allergy or just a way to get out of eating your mother-in-law's weird stuffing. So think of this show like a podcast, but for your eyes. And in honor of today's first episode, I'd like to offer my viewers an exclusive one-time deal as a thank you for tuning in. I'm offering one free meal at Chick-fil-A for today only. Just let me know your order and the address of your nearest open Chick-fil-A and consider it on the house. Now, you might be wondering a couple of things like, what is he going to talk about today? Why is he so handsome? Or did I click on the wrong video? Well, don't worry. All of your questions and more will be answered in this first delicious episode. Like Sundays, The Daze is a weekly segment where we take time to reflect on the past week and look forward to the one ahead, or depending on the night before, just try to recover from Saturday's hangover. Either way, it's a perfect chance to sit back, relax, and watch me talk. The consumer holiday season kicked off this past weekend with Black Friday, a day where millions of people flocked to the stores to snatch $5 DVDs and regularly priced everything else. Cyber Monday came just 2 days later, giving everyone who didn't leave the house on Black Friday a chance to once again not leave the house. Some would argue that Cyber Monday is the better deal, especially if you have Amazon Prime, and I would tend to agree. But let's not pretend that that account is yours. Shared Amazon Prime accounts are the new Netflix. Nobody uses their own. You just use your roommate's mom's cousin's coworker's account whenever you're too impatient to handle anything other than 2-day shipping. Meanwhile, your roommate's mom's cousin's coworker is getting 12 notifications in his email every time you need to buy more baby wipes or dog food. And he doesn't even have a dog, or a baby. Just an Amazon Prime account that gets used by more strangers than a payphone in the 1950s. And I get it, $12.99 a month is pretty steep for convenience, but it's not like we order overpriced coffees from overpriced cell phones every morning simply for the convenience of avoiding any and all human contact. The 2018 Rockefeller Christmas tree was lit this past Wednesday during NBC's 2-hour Christmas in Rockefeller Center event, giving everyone a chance to gather and share the joy and cheer of the holidays, as well as the discomfort of live performances. Okay, look, it's not their fault they were off. If there's anyone to blame here, it's Mother Nature. You try keeping up with Tony Bennett when it's below freezing and your Christmas duet was scrambled together faster than an Egg McMuffin. The tree boasted 5 miles of spectacular lights that, despite being on one of the largest decorative houseplants in the world, were only visible for the last 20 minutes of the 120-minute program. If it were up to me, I would suggest lighting the tree after the first hour. Nobody's going to change the channel, NBC. You know it, I know it, and everyone waiting for Tony and Diana to come back on knows it. Officials recently released a video from a gender reveal party in Arizona last year that resulted in a week-long 47,000-acre wildfire costing over $8 million in damages. As if this addition to the population wasn't going to put enough stress on the environment, the parents had to go the extra mile to ensure that their carbon footprint made headline news. You know that our relationship with the Earth has officially ended when humans start actively destroying it before they're even born. There are plenty of fires burning the world without us intentionally exploding packed tannerite in a dry field with a high-powered rifle. Enough with the colorful puffs of smoke already. This isn't the papacy. Why don't you just do it the old-fashioned way and have the kid? They'll let you know whether or not you got it right in about 15 years. You know anything about me, you know that I love television and movies. It's the industry that I want to spend my career failing in, and it's what I spend far too much of my time thinking about. So each week, as a way of sharing some of my favorite films and television series, I'll be doing a What to Watch segment. This week's What to Watch is the downright incredible Killing Eve, created by Phoebe Waller-Bridge and starring Sandra Oh and Jodie Comer. The series follows Eve, a British security officer, as she tries to track down a highly talented female assassin named Bellion. The two find themselves wrapped up in an international game of cat and mouse that turns into almost an obsession. The writing in this show is impeccable and beautifully blends the drama of a high-stakes psychological thriller with witty, dry British humor without even skipping a beat. This is one of the many reasons why I'm such a massive fan of Phoebe Waller-Bridge. The series' first season is now available to binge on demand, but be sure to pencil in an entire day to do so because you're not going to want to stop watching. In the meantime, before season 2, you can also check out the show's original source material, Luke Jennings' novel Codename Villanelle. It's a quick read, but it should help tide you over until the next season. Thank you so much for joining me for my very first episode of The Sunday Daze, and I'll see you next week.